Welcome back, everybody. I am Justin Sane, the host with the most. I hate to boast. Welcome back to Sane's World. Today we are going to talk about a plethora of things. I know it's been a while. We've got a lot to catch up on. These nuts. Alright, welcome back, everybody. I had to throw out some Uncle Ted for everybody. So it's one of my favorite songs growing up. It's just one of those songs that just, I don't know, it just does something to me. So anyways, welcome back, everybody, to Sane's World. I'm your host with the most. I hate to boast, Justin Sane. That's right, of Cruella DeVille. So it's been a while since I've had anything going on as far as on YouTube. A lot's changed. My girlfriend and I have moved to a bigger and better location, and I think we're pretty much all settled. I've been writing some songs here and there. I've been doing a lot of research on the music business, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And to be kind of honest with you, I think she's kind of sick of it. So, but let's see. When I last left you, I had signed up with TuneCore. TuneCore is a digital music distribution company, and basically you send them their music, and they put your music out to every single digital music platform that you could probably think of, and probably tons that you don't even know about. So that'll be interesting. Let's see what else has been going on. I have been doing a lot of research on the PROs, which are performing rights organizations. Three big ones are ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC. CSAC you have to be invited into. I've decided to go with ASCAP. So ASCAP will be basically, they don't collect royalties, but they do, but it's not really pertinent in my situation because I'm not actually playing out live. But what they do is they get information from, say, like, different radio stations. Anytime anybody plays my songs live, I will obtain royalties for it. Two things I've done some homework on is two companies. One is called Sound Exchange. Sound Exchange, they collect royalties for non-interactive plays for my music. What they mean is by non-interactive is, say if you're on a platform and the platform picks the songs for you that you're going to listen to, that's not interactive. So anytime something like a platform like that plays my music, I will get royalties for it. There's obviously active platforms which you actually, you can actually pick and choose what songs you actually want to listen to, and that is a completely different organization that will collect royalties for me. But because I am with TuneCore, and they also do music as far as distribution administration for me, there's a couple of companies I was actually looking into that I don't really need to apply for because they actually do it. That was called Songtrust. But because Songtrust basically does the same thing that TuneCore is also going to do for me, that is something that I do not need to sign up for. So those are just a lot of the things that I've been looking into, and it's been a lot of fun. I actually like doing homework on this kind of stuff. I actually like learning new things. So let's see, what else am I going to be doing on this episode? I'm going to be playing, just not playing along with music. Basically, I'm just going to kind of play along, just play some songs that I like. I think about a month ago, I put out a video, me playing some cover songs. In that video, I played along with the music. This one, I'm basically just going to play. I think it'll be kind of fun. And hopefully none of the copyright owners will take down some of my stuff like they did last time. So, and also in this episode, I'm going to be answering some fan mail. Yes, I have some fans. I've been in the music business for over 20 years, and you accumulate some fans over that time. So, and obviously with the YouTube channel, through Instagram, through Facebook, I've acquired some new fans and whatnot. People that seem to dig my stuff. So I've got some kind of off the wall summer questions that you may expect. Some are questions that you may not expect. So I've printed out some of those questions for you, and I'm going to answer those for you. So if one of those are yours, cool, good job. So yeah, I got some questions for me to answer. So I think that would be good fun. You guys get to know me just a little bit more, and some things that you guys are kind of curious about, and so I'll be able to answer those questions for you. So I'm just going to play for a little bit. I'll answer some questions. I'll play for a little bit more, answer a few more questions, and then I'm going to get out of your hair. So let's rock out. Alright, welcome back everybody. So I told you I was going to answer some fan mail questions, so I'm just going to grab a couple of them, and these are in no particular order. I just kind of printed these out, and we'll see what they say. Let's see, this one says, and I'm not going to say who these are from, so I don't want to embarrass anybody. I just started playing guitar. What advice would you give me? It seems like you've been playing a long time and you know a lot. What advice could you give me since I just started? I would say probably the biggest thing is you have to be patient. You have to be patient pretty much in anything in life. When you're patient, your mind is kind of at ease, and it'll allow information to go into your brain kind of at a better pace, and you'll be able to learn easier that way. Not sure who the hotshot guitar player of the day is. I would probably say somebody like a Jason Hook from Five Finger Death Punch. So don't think you're going to be Jason Hook right away. You know, he's been in the music racket for about as many years as I have, and obviously he's had a lot more success than I have. But don't think you're going to be a guitar hero right away. Learn at your own pace. Everybody learns, at a different pace. So, don't rush yourself. Don't pick up the guitar and all of a sudden decide you're going to, start learning scales. The first thing you need to know is kind of like basically the strings, the frets, basically the basics of a guitar. You have to learn, basically the frets. You have to know basically where each note is on each string. If you want to play along, once you learn the basics, I would, suggest getting a teacher. Music stores, usually have teachers in there with COVID-19 thing. It may be a little more restricted, but once everything lifts, which eventually will, get a guitar teacher, either locally or heck, you can even find something online through YouTube. But yeah, have a guitar teacher so that way you can learn the basics. As far as notes, make bar chords, and kind of where they're at on the fretboard. From there, you can pretty much put on a cassette, or now records are coming back, or CDs, or online. Play along with some of your favorite songs. Try to learn kind of like easier artists, such as start off with AC/DC. They're standard tuning. They don't have a whole lot of alternate tunings. Plus, they're pretty much basic blues-based band. I think that would be probably a really good band to start off with, just as far as if you want to play along with other bands. Start with an AC/DC. I think that would be a good spot. But the biggest thing is be patient. Have a guitar teacher. I had a guitar teacher for about a year or so. Learned the basics, and then from there I just kind of grew wings, and I flew on my own. Again, I went at my own pace, but just have patience. The next question is, all right, what are some of your favorite bands? I've got a ton of them, and they're not necessarily always changing. I will answer this by saying, put it in two categories. As far as kind of like the older bands that I've been into, like pretty much my entire life. Judas Priest, AC/DC, Motley Crue is my favorite band of all time. Rat. I liked Dokken. I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of them, just because Don, the singer, he's kind of a dork. But George Lynch, the guitar player, was phenomenal. So I love Dokken, Stryper, some of even the San Francisco thrash stuff. Of course, everybody likes Metallica, but I go way back from To Kill 'Em All. Even Megadeth. Probably one of my favorite bands from that scene would be Testament. Let's see, some of the, I guess, newer bands that I like, they're not really new, but they're kind of newer. I really like Five Finger Death Punch, a band that I found online, and they're pretty out there. They're called Avatar, and I think they're from Sweden, and they're unique. I mean, you can tell they're from Europe. They don't look like an American band, but man, they are really good. They get two guitar players, and I love Slayer. I don't play speed metal. I can, but I have never played in a speed metal band. But I love Slayer. I love them to death. I'm going to pick some more songs, and I'm going to get back to cranking out some tunes. So here we go. right, welcome back, everybody. Let's see. If you know a couple of those songs, good work. The ballad that I played was actually a song that I wrote for my previous band. And the last part was actually, if you recognize it, was actually part of the intro to my videos. So that is not a song yet. It will be. It's kind of it's down the totem pole, so to speak. Eventually, one day it will be a song, but right now it's just a riff. So there's some other songs that I need to work on first. So, all right, let's get back to some fan questions. There's a couple left here. What is the inspiration for your songs? Are they autobiographic? Most of them are. Trying to think of one that isn't. Because I used to write just the music to songs, and lately, in the last 10, 15 years, I've wanted to write the lyrics, which I'm still not great at. But yeah, most of them are about things that I've been through. As far as the music, it's just basically just my heart, coming out through through guitar. It's just a vessel. But as far as lyrics, they're pretty much things that I've gone through, things that I've seen, and this and that. So, yes. All right. So, what is the first song you ever wrote? Holy shit! My lord, this is going back to like the mid '80s. I remember. God, let me hold on. Let me give this a whirl. I think I had a song. It went something like something went something like that. And I also had one. I remember recording these things. I had a like a Tascam 4-track that ran on cassette, and basically I would do I had a drum machine, so I had a drum machine, guitar track, a bass, and usually another guitar track to do solos. With obviously, and I couldn't finish them because I didn't have a singer to do these because I wasn't a singer, so they weren't ever finished. But I remember one I actually really liked. It was something like, let's see if I remember. Something like that, but yeah, that was basically, wow, I'm pulling this out of my ass. So yeah, basically that was yeah, something like that. Wow, that's going way back. So yeah, and obviously I never finished the songs; they just became just music. So obviously they didn't have any titles or anything. What does your guitar say? Good question. Actually, a very good question. And actually, you know what? I actually got this from the guy that I was just talking about, Lon Friend. He posted something on Facebook, and this was, oh Lord, years ago. And it basically was what music means to him. And maybe even not necessarily him, but I thought it was really cool. And I remember I messaged him something about it. I was like, man, that was really powerful. And he's really good with words, and he's probably one of the best writers that I've ever known. And so let me kind of point this out. And a lot of this is abbreviated, so just kind of follow along if you can. I'm going to have to kind of read backwards or upside down. It says, music, your truest, friend, always there for you, no questions, no illusions, no motives, feeds the inside, eradicates the outside, asking for, asking for nothing in return but your, and that's not Rat the band, but your attention, presence, and I think there was a part that I had to cut out because I was running out of space. Let's see. Yeah, but your attention and presence. Play today, quiet or loud, and let the world spin away. And I just thought that was like the coolest thing. And this design, as far as it going kind of like slanted like this, I actually got this from, and I've done this with this guitar, several times with different sayings. I'm going to keep this on for a while. There was a Alex Kane. He was a guitar player for LSD, or also called Life, Sex, and Death. And this was, early 90s. LSD, where they were based in Los Angeles. They ended up getting signed. They opened up for a band called Lynch Mob, which had George Lynch from Dokken in it. And I remember hearing about this band because they were featured in Rip before their album came out, because Rip was kind of ahead of other magazines at the time. And I remember hearing about this band, Life, Sex, and Death. They're from Los Angeles. They just got signed. Their singer is named Stanley. He's a homeless guy, but a really good band, but kind of quirky, and they definitely were. But Alex, the guitar player, had something. I'm still not sure even what he had on his guitar, but it said something, and the words were slanted like this. And his guitar was like a gold color, and the letters were almost like a white, so it was kind of hard to read. But I kind of stole this idea from Alex Kane from Life, Sex, and Death. And all right, and the last question: what's with all the Hustler items and references in your videos? What's going on? Good question. How should I get in this? Okay. So when I knew that I was going to be starting a YouTube channel, I reached out to the family, and when I say the family, I mean the Flint family. And I said, hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel. Eventually this is going to come out. Is it okay if I mention this? And they were very, very okay with it. The main reason is because they are family. I am, of course, if you know Hustler Magazine, it's run by Larry Flint. Larry Flint is my uncle through marriage. If you saw the movie The People vs. Larry Flint, Courtney Love played Althea, which was Larry's wife. Althea is, or was, my aunt. She still is. She's no longer with us. Althea was my mom's, one of my mom's younger sisters. So that's where that comes from. So yes, the cat is now out of the bag. So Larry and Althea basically, started Hustler, started off as clubs. Then it turned into a magazine to promote their clubs, which turned into a full-blown, magazine publication, which turned into an empire. In 1978, they had to move out to California. So my Aunt Althea and Uncle Larry would fly my mom and I out to visit, just because they wanted to make sure we're okay. They wanted us to see what California was all about. Just make sure we wanted to look out for them, make sure they were cool. And so yeah, that's where all that comes from. So yeah, I do have a lot of Hustler stuff. I'm actually wearing a shirt. This is one of the old, very old staff shirts. This is, oh Lord, this is probably late 90s from the stores. But so yeah, the cat's out of the bag. So yeah, that's where all that comes from. So Because of that, I was able to see a lot. I was able to experience a lot of things that would kind of blow your mind, to be quite honest. But there's a lot of things that I wasn't able to see. I'm sure my mom didn't want me to see naked girls running around their house. We're out there to visit, so that I did not get to see. I don't think I went to any like photo shoots or anything like that. I remember going to their office several times. Growing up, I met a guy who did the cartoons back in the day. He's since passed away, but it's a lot of good memories. So yep, the cat's out of the bag now. So you guys know what's going on. So there you go. So that is why, because I've just accumulated lots of stuff through the years. Of course, Althea's up there. I don't know if you can see her or not, but she's always with me. So so there you go. So all right, I'm going to play for a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and skedaddle. So I've been taking up too much of your time. So hope you guys have a wonderful day, have a wonderful rest of the week, and this is Justin saying I will be back very, very soon. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Be good.